Hi, I'm Ed Boyle,
And I'm Kathy Boyle, and this is Coffee Talks Uncut.
and we are co-owners of Katchen Company Real Estate. For those of you who aren't familiar with us, Katchen Company is a boutique full-service real estate firm offering both residential and commercial property solutions throughout the greater Denver metro area. Kath, what are we going to talk about today?
So today, I thought that we would talk about county assessors and our tax value, home values with taxes this year. You know, the unfortunate part of home ownership is that you end up, yes, it is, is that you have to pay property taxes each year. And property taxes are calculated by the assessor's office. So you get this little notice each year about what your property taxes look like. And of course, it's based upon from the year before. So I think everybody is wondering what's going on with them.
Well, to be really honest, it all pretty much sucks this year, and I'll tell you why. The assessors are taking and looking back. Okay,
Right.
in Colorado, we pay property taxes in arrears, and so they're looking back at what our values are from previous years, and they're assessing what they look like coming forward. And so what happens is that we've gone through a major recession, right, with the pandemic, and people have lost their jobs, and there's, really it's going to be tough to take and pay property taxes based upon the assessed value that the assessors are putting out there, because the assessors are looking at what homes have been selling for recently. And, and with there being a lack of inventory, the prices have run up. And so they're unrealistically high right now.
Well, yes, you're absolutely correct. But if they're looking at property values and they're trying to tell you this is what it was last year, but they're looking at current home values, how does that make sense?
Well, what you have to consider is that it started last year. It just didn't.
Well,
just
that's
didn't,
exactly
It didn't happen instantly.
No.
And so,
you're-
so really, what you're looking at is what my discretionary income is this year versus what people were taking and buying houses for. And the fact is that we've owned our house for 32 years,
Right.
right? And so for us, while it's great to see that your house is worth more money, you don't want to see it when you're paying your property tax.
You want to see it when you actually see the home value and what you can get for your home equity and everything else.
That's right. I want my house price to be up high when I'm selling, and I don't want to have it look like it's high during the ownership.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And so that's the whole thing with it. The other thing is that we have run into a cycle where vote year after vote year, we as voters have approved mill levies to be put on us, the taxes to pay for certain things. And so today, if you look at your tax bill, it was actually so extreme that most counties put on a tax bill recognize that 25% of your tax bill is going to the school system. It was such a great amount of money that they wanted everybody to know that that was it. And so that's a real tough fight right now. And for a lot of people, they saw their property taxes go up almost $1,000. And so right now, that's equally tough, knowing that some people out there are struggling to get by. And that's just my take on it. Will that change in the coming years? It might, but it might not. And that goes into a whole lot another conversation with our house values going to go into a bubble and then drop. And so there's other constraints that are out there, as to consider, like the fact that there is a lack of labor and a lack of materials, which are running prices up.
Right.
And so, we've talked about it. It doesn't look like the house prices are going to go down. And so high property taxes might be something that we have to live with.
Well, that's true. But I think that there's one other thing that, people can do to kind of make sure that they're getting taxed properly. Let's put it that way. And everybody has the ability to take a look at their property tax bill and see where they did the comps from, because many, many times they're not using comparative values for your neighborhood or what's going on similar to your house. They're just randomly picking.
Yeah.
So you can definitely take a look at that and check the comps out, see if they make sense to you, and to put an appeal in for your property taxes. Sometimes it's a little bit harder process, but I think it's in every homeowner's right to make sure that it's correct. 'Cause it's
No,
questionable.
you're right.
You know.
And that's one thing that you should consider. If you're, if when you get your assessment this year and you look at it, it's getting a little late to contest at this particular point in time, but keep in mind that you can contest it. And we as real estate agents, we'd be more than happy to do a complimentary CMA for you and to tell you what we really believe your house value is, so that you could take and use those comparisons that we give you to give to the county assessor to
Absolutely.
protest your tax.
Yep.
Well, anyway, I think that's enough about taxes. That's one of the things that I hate to talk about.
Okay, not a problem.
So I am Ed Boyle, and if you want to talk to me and maybe get a complimentary CMA, you can reach out to me at 303-564-5387.
And my name is Kathy Boyle, and you can reach me at 303-507-0859. We're happy to have the conversation. So thanks for joining us this week, and have a great day.
See you.
Bye.